Welcome, welcome to today's class. Today's class is going to be around 30 minutes. It's going to be themed around gratitude. We're going to look at that concept of gratitude a little bit closer. But to start with, I invite you to grab a couple of pillows, blankets, whatever or not you can find, just so that you can prop yourself up on your soft floor. It doesn't need to be a mat. With the pillows and maybe a block under your back. So I like to set up a block. I like to set up a pillow. And then just go with your back over the support of the block, and then pamper your head in a way that it feels good. You might find that with the block it's almost too much. You can also take a pillow underneath or a blanket, just something that elevates your back a little bit to open up your heart space. So you might take some time to prop yourself up here. I'm just going to give you a couple minutes. And maybe tonight you might not find the perfect position for yourself. Maybe it takes a couple of sessions for you to really find what feels good in your body. So just take your time, slowly make your way into a laying down position that feels comfortable, that feels nice. With your heart center open, your shoulders slowly floating down towards the ground. Your head lifted just a little bit, so you don't want to be clenching with your neck too much. You want to have a nice and long neck. And if all the props and everything is getting too complicated, don't worry, just lay down on your back. You can extend the legs or place the feet on the floor and just bring the knees together. Also here, it's about finding what feels good for you as you move on in your practice. Don't expect yourself to know exactly what feels good for you right now if this is sort of like the beginning of your practice. So just be gentle on yourself and be patient with the practice, with your body, with yourself, and give it space to evolve. That's really important. If you found your laying down position on your back, close your eyes and then take a soft, full, conscious breath in through the nose, filling your whole body with air. And then let it out, relaxing all the muscles in your body for a moment. Signaling the body that it's okay to rest right now for the next 30 to 40 minutes. The movement that we're going to do is going to be gentle. So really take that time to let go. And as you are laying here on your back, just check in with the position of your body, the support underneath you, and see if you can feel the points that are directly connected with the ground underneath you. And can you allow those parts of your body to relax a little bit more so that the rest that is not directly supported or directly in contact with the floor, so that these parts can ease in a little bit more as well. And then I invite you to connect to the energy of gratitude. What are 3 things that you are grateful for today? Don't get attached to that number of 3 things. It can be one major thing, it can be 10 little things, it can be 10 major things. What are you grateful for? And then maybe just observe the reactions in your body as you become aware of those things that you're grateful for. Notice how maybe the mood within you is shifting slowly. And then I want you to take a closer look to the things that you are grateful for. Do the things that you just listed, the things that you're grateful for, do they all have a positive feel to it? Are they all something that you have, something that you're happy to have about? Like, yeah, so is there a positive connection to those things? And now I invite you to look at the things that you might actually think that you're not grateful for, things that you'd rather not have in your life. And that might be a little bit harder. And those things can be external. They can be materialistic, they can be subjective, they can be internal, like characteristic trait of yours or physical traits, whatever. Just find 3 things, or 1 or 10, that you would not say you're grateful for. And can you then start shifting in a way that you can become grateful for those things that you'd rather not have? Can you start seeing these things not as obstacles to hinder you of something or to make your life harder? Can you start viewing these things that you would rather not have in your life, these so-called obstacles? Can you start seeing them as an opportunity to grow, as an opportunity to learn, as an opportunity to get stronger within yourself, maybe even getting to know yourself better? And then can you start sensing a sense of gratefulness, even if it's just slight right now, because it's a new practice for you? Can you feel some sort of gratefulness for those things that you'd rather not have in your life? I know it's not easy. I'm pretty sure you find a way to manage to switch the way you look at these things. Beautiful. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And if you have props underneath you, you might want to start taking them away from under your back. And bring your knees towards your chest. Laying on your back. Just hug your knees into the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then start to draw a big circle with your knees. As big as you can without completely losing the balance and falling off to one side. And just sort of massaging your sacrum. Change the direction of the knees. And then coming back. Knees towards the chest. Exhale and let the knees sink into your belly. As you breathe in, gently lift the knees up. Push them into your hands lightly. Fill the belly with air. Get a little bit of activation between your hands and your knees here. And as you exhale, relax. And allow the weight of your legs to push the air out. Inhale, lightly push the knees into your hands. Stretch the arms. And then exhale to relax and release. Very nice. Place the left foot down onto the floor. And then grab behind your right knee and your right thigh. And press the right heel up towards the ceiling as good as you can. It's totally fine if your knee stays bent. Just go to the extension that you can create while you press the heel up and you pull the toes gently towards you. You want to find length through the back of the leg. And then find a place where it's sort of comfortable. Relax your shoulders. And then point your toes up towards the ceiling, stretching the front of the leg. And flex the foot, pulling the toes towards you again. Point, breathe in, flex, breathe out. And then start drawing a couple slow motion, full range of motion circle with your foot around your ankle. You might feel some nice spots, some nice stretches in your leg. And then change direction. Try to not move your leg. Try to really make the movement just from the ankle. Very nice. Take another breath in here. Relaxing the shoulders. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest. Place the right foot down. Lift the left leg up. Grab behind your thigh. And then slowly start pushing that left heel up towards the ceiling. Maybe you do a couple pulses, coming back out and pressing up. Just finding yours. And then find a position that feels comfortable. There's a nice stretch going on. There should be no pain. And there shouldn't be too much shaking happening if possible. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. And then point the toes up towards the ceiling. Extending and finding a stretch through the front of the leg. And then flexing the toes. Exhale. Inhale to point. And exhale to flex. One more point. Inhale. Exhale, flex. And then start drawing a couple beautiful full circles with your ankle. Noticing how much your leg wants to help because you want to make a big circle. It's not about how big the circle gets. It's about how you can control the movement really just from the ankle. Change direction. And observe your toes if they're doing something completely on their own. And take another breath here, full inhalation. And exhale, bringing the knee into the chest, relax. Bring that left foot down to the mat as well. Bring your arms out to the side. Walk the feet out just a little bit apart from one another. And then lower the knees over to the right side. Keep the feet where they're at and just lower the knees to the right side. Inhale to come back up to center. And then exhale, roll over the edge of your feet and bring the knees over to the left side. Do that a couple of times in the rhythm of your own breath. So you want to breathe in to come back up to center. You can always realign yourself again in the center again, and then as you exhale, you lower the knees over to the other side. You can play a little bit with the distance of the feet, closer to the hips, further away from the hips, closer together to one another or further apart. And just rock yourself a little bit back and forth here. Side to side. And you might find a spot on one side or the other where it feels really nice to stay. And then I invite you to feel free to stay there. Take a couple breaths on one side without moving. Maybe play a little bit with the arm placement, stretching the arms up overhead. Moving your head gently left to right, checking in with your neck, how that feels. And then eventually coming back up through center and changing the side. Just to the other side now. Go there and stay a couple of breaths here, trying to relax all the muscles in your legs and your belly, letting go. And use these moments of stillness, but also the moments of movement where you maybe notice something a little bit unpleasant. Maybe it's an unpleasant thought that comes up, situation that has happened to you. Maybe it's a part of your body that bothers you for a long time already that you wish would be better. Whatever it is, start to acknowledge those shadow parts, those negative traits, those things that you'd rather not have in your life, and start changing the way you look at them. Come back up to center. And bring the knees in towards the chest again. Grab behind your knees and make the back really round. Start rocking a couple times back and forth. If you have a soft on the ground, you can do that a couple times. If your underground is rather hard, just come up to a seated position and wait for the rest of us. If you want, you can find some momentum and make your way directly onto your feet. And if not, you just find your way onto all fours. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. I invite you to spread the fingers nice and wide. Knees underneath the hips, but a little bit wider than hip width apart. And we're just gonna start doing a couple of circles around the wrists. Actively push the index finger knuckles down into the ground to support and activate the arms. Change direction. And notice how you can connect your breath to the movement, or how you can connect the movement to the breath. Nice. Find your way into tabletop position, meaning your hands are shoulder width apart, your knees hip width, wrists underneath the shoulders, and the knees right underneath the hips. And then from here, I invite you to take your left palm and flip it upside down, bringing the back of the hand down onto the mat. Spreading the fingers, extending the arm, and find a nice stretch. Nothing painful, just a nice stretch. And slowly release. Bring it over to the other side. Right hand flips over. Fingers spread. Try to press the whole back of the hand down onto the mat, onto the floor. And then extend the arm, and maybe you lean back a little bit if this is available for you. Maybe you're at a place where you need to come a little bit closer with your wrists towards your knees so that you have less of an angle. One more breath in. And exhale, slowly release. Beautiful. From here, step your right foot forward. Just come into something that's more or less like a 90-degree angle here. And then start moving a little bit back and forth. Keeping the ankle of your front foot or the heel of your front foot on the floor. And just move a little bit, push yourself back and forth. Those of you who are maybe not so flexible in the hips, you can use a block or even a bottle of water or something to support you, to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. Very nice. Come on forward into that lunge. And then squeeze the feet towards one another, activating those legs on the floor. And you want to find like a strength, like a strong posture in your foundation. And then from this position here, I invite you to bring your arms out to your side and just open your wings up to the side. I'm going to turn it a little bit so you can see this from the front or from the side. Opening up, breathing in, and then exhaling to bring it in, thumbs in and back. Inhaling, opening up, and exhaling, closing it in, and even go a little bit beyond that closing. One more, breathe in, and exhale, closing it in. Hold your hands here now. Bring the backs of your hands behind your sacrum. Hold them here. And then see if you can lift the chest up just a little bit. Your feet and your knees are still drawing towards one another. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, slowly release. Go back down. Step that right foot back and step your left foot forward. Again, find a moment of movement, rocking slowly, mindfully back and forth. And again, seeing how you can create or how you can connect the movement to the breath, how you can connect the breath to the movement, and how you can make these two work together, one initiating the other. It's like a dance between the two. And then once you are in the front again, the next time, come on up. So you're finding, I'm going to turn a little bit diagonal again. You're going to pull that left heel towards the right knee and the right knee towards the left heel. So this creates some activation in your legs and your foundation. Try to stay soft in your upper body. And then again, we're just gonna bring the arms a little bit higher than before, but the same movement. We open up the wings. So the thumbs are going back, palms turning up and back almost. And then as you exhale, rotate down and in and up if you can. Inhaling to open, turn that way. And exhaling to unwind, yes. Inhaling, opening up. Maybe even give that back a little arch, lifting the chest up. And then exhale to close. Lower the hands back down. And step that left foot back again into tabletop position. From your tabletop position, I invite you to step your knees just a little bit further back. But rather than keeping the hips over the knees, I want you to keep the shoulders over the wrists. Maybe walk the knees even a little bit further. You can find your distance actually by coming into a plank pose and then just lowering the knees down. From here, bend the elbows just a little bit and extend them again. Bend them just a little bit and extend again. One more time, bend them, bend the elbows backwards, not out to the side, backwards, and come all the way down onto the floor. Place the backs of the feet down onto the mat, onto the floor. And then you use your breath to float your chest, chin, and head up. Breathe in, lift your chest, chin, and head up. And press the pubic bone down into the ground. Keep the neck nice and long. I don't want you to look forward or even up. I want you to keep gazing right in front of you on the floor. Breathe here, take another breath. Full inhalation, maybe lift the chest a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, slowly lower forehead to the ground. Inhale, lift chin, chest, chin, and head up. Using those back muscles to lift you up. And exhale to slowly wave it down again. One more time, breathe in, lift chest, chin, and head up. And then as you exhale, stay up high, but release your hands from the ground. Swim your arms back, optionally. You can keep them where they're at if you want to. And just open the palms to the outside, the thumbs facing up. Reach up a little bit higher. Breathe deep. And lift your toes, your feet up. Pubic bone is pressing down still. Can you keep that low back long? Can you find ease in this pose? I know you're working, but where can you soften a little bit more in order to hold the shape, to stay active, but to not overworking? Take one more full breath in. And then exhale, slowly relax. Place the hands underneath your forehead and relax your forehead onto your hands. Relax your shoulders, relax your back, relax your hips. Maybe even shake a little bit from side to side. Can you allow your back body to relax just by the suggestion of your thought alone? Giving it permission to let it go again. Beautiful. From here, bring your hands right underneath your shoulders again. Tuck your toes. Activate your arms in that you bring the elbows in towards the midline, towards your body. Tuck the toes and then push up onto your hands and knees. Sink your hips back. Child's pose with extended arms, with relaxed arms, or even with the arms behind you. Choose your variation here. And again, find a moment of relaxation. Can you let go of the tension in your shoulders a little bit more? You're probably holding on some stuff there still. Can you let go a little bit of the tension in your jaw? I'm pretty sure you're holding on there too. Can you let go a little bit more in the region of your hips? Your legs. And then slowly, maybe even with closed eyes, start finding your way onto your back. Actually, I would like to give you the option to finish this practice in a seated meditation posture or laying down in Shavasana on your back, extended, flat out. So whatever position you would like to finish this practice in, make your way there. And once you arrived, close your eyes. And allow yourself again to relax, to let go. It doesn't take much to make a yoga practice very nurturing and effective. I hope that through this intuitive, gentle movement that you've created in your body in the last 25-30 minutes, that you were able to calm down, to balance out, to reconnect with yourself. And maybe you've even noticed throughout the practice some moments where some negative thoughts came in, or some bodily sensations that didn't really feel that well. And I really want to encourage you and invite you to start looking at these negative thoughts, at these negative things in your life in a different way from now on. First step is really to acknowledge that this thing is there, and that this is something that kind of disturbs you or triggers you or that feels unpleasant. And you know, that's totally fine. You're totally allowed to not like that thing. You're totally allowed to do that. That's actually the reason why it's there. It's because you don't like it. It is there as a teacher, as a reminder, as an opportunity for you to learn something about yourself. It is there to teach you that you can be stronger, that you can be more you. It is there to remind you maybe of the fact that you might have compromised a little bit too much of who you are in order to please somebody else. And that's totally fine too. Just become aware of it, acknowledge it, and then start looking at it in a new, more helpful way. Start to become thankful for even the hard situations in your life. And eventually you will understand that it is actually those things, those shadow parts that are popping up in your life that are the very things to be grateful for. Because these are the things that you can work with. So I want to leave you with a little message. Maybe a little prayer, a little mantra, call it what you want. I cultivate compassion for my shadow aspects. I practice forgiveness to myself for having pushed those shadow parts away, for not having acknowledged them, for not having given them the space they needed, the ear they wanted. I feel gratitude for the gift of understanding that even the shadow sides of me are part of me and have the right to be there. The goal is not to get rid of those aspects, those shadow aspects, those negative traits that they call, but to become friends with them, to bring them out of their dark spots into the light so that they can be seen as well, to elevate them. I don't want to feed only the good wolf within me. If I only feed one and kill the other, then I kill a part of myself. Rather, I want to feed both wolves with love and compassion so that they can become friends, that they can merge. And so that I can finally live the life as the person I came here to be, to fulfill the task I was sent here to do. Slowly start taking a deeper breath back into your body. Pull the corners of your mouth up towards your ears. Give yourself a big smile. Bring your left hand onto your chest, the right hand right on top of it. No matter if you're laying down or sitting up. And then let's finish this class with three breaths together. Breathing in through the nose, filling the lungs with air. Pause at the top. And then breathe out, letting go through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose, filling the lungs and the belly with air. Pausing at the top and relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the belly. And then exhale it out, sigh it out, let it go. Last deepest breath of the day, in through the nose, filling your whole body with air. Pause at the top and relax your whole being into the stillness. And choosing your moment to let go, breathing out through the mouth, no control. After your last final exhalation of this practice, bring the hands together in front of your heart. Again, pulling those corners of the mouth up towards the ears. They really want to touch your earlobes. Give thanks to yourself that you took time to practice. And give thanks to yourself that you are starting to consider to maybe see the challenges of your life in a different light, from a different angle. To not see them as obstacles to hold you back, but to see them as opportunities to help you grow. Thank you very much for practicing with me. And I hope to see you soon.